Hey everyone, Simon here with a review of Cake Bash. Nom, 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 nom. Cake Bash is a 1 to 4 player, local or online multiplayer party game. It's available for PS4, which is what you see on your screens, but also Xbox One, PC and Stadia. The game is an absolute joy to play and is one of my favourite minigame collection games that I've seen this generation. I can't believe it was made by just 3 people, which is grand. I'm going to dive into why this game is slightly different and unique as well in the way how it puts together its minigames and the way how the run of a game session works as well, because I think it's quite an intriguing way to do it. You pick as one of 7 different cakes with 5 different varieties, which I think then makes you 35 different characters to choose from. They all play and handle exactly the same, they just make you hungry in different ways. You then will have either a makeup of bots or players that you'll then be playing up against into a variety of different minigames. You're put into a shop front, essentially, and the idea is that you'll compete in minigames and whoever wins gets a certain amount of points, second less, third less, fourth less. And then after each 2 rounds, you are then let loose into the gummy buying store or the extras store. And the idea is that you convert your money into gummies or sugar fairies or sugar flowers and stuff like that, so that you basically zhuzh up your cupcake or your donut or your eclair, so that you've then got even more yummy goodness on you. There's a strategy to it, so if you pick 3 of the same thing, it will give you bonus points, but because you're all shopping together, there's a little mini game in the scoring, which I really liked because it gave you a little bit more strategy. And there's you could pick something out of the bin if you wanted for cheaper, but you might actually get something stanky and mouldy, and that will actually give you a score decrease. So there's a little bit of what should I go for when you get into those scoring rounds. That happens every 2 mini games. So you'll have an arena everyone against everyone mini game, and then one that's a little less aggressive and hands off. And that might be squirting cream onto buns and scones to try and fill it up. It might be that you're trying to fork fondue. It could be that you're then actually throwing things at each other or avoiding missiles on a cake that's slowly being cut and taken away. There's loads of different food related mini games. The theming on this game is astounding and it really works nicely. They have said that they're going to look at adding some more mini games on, because there's I think there's 12 mini games in total. But because you can tackle loads of them in different ways, you don't necessarily approach the same mini game the same way over and over again, because you can be quite aggressive, you can be quite defensive. There's a couple of ones that are more timing based, like when you're trying to toast marshmallows in the camping game. That's the one that I've not quite got to grips with yet. But the graphics and the feeling and the energy and the colour and the music, they all come together to just make such a joyous, crazy, off-kilter, fun, slap-happy, joyous game that I didn't mind going back in and playing the same mini-games over again over several rounds, because there's enough changing up, especially in the arena brawler mini games, because the environment, depending on where you go, has very different elements to it. And I think that's what makes it. Initially when I looked at it, I was like, oh, there's only 12ish mini games, will I get bored? They're different depending on the locations that you go to. So if you're at the beach, you'll have crabs attacking you. If you're on the dessert table, then there's a bird that comes down and starts to try and peck the winner as you're trying to collect and stick as many gummy bears to you as possible. And that changes up. Even though you're doing quote unquote the same thing, it feels vastly different. And so that's where this game gets its replayability from, because when you merge the different mini game with the environment, with characters all behaving differently, you actually get lots of different variety of play styles and outcomes depending on how that all goes. Plus, when you then bring into the scoring mechanic, if you've got someone who's after the same sugar flowers as you, or gummy bears or something like that, you'll be running around trying to like grab that before someone else does, and that can give you the advantage. So you're never truly like out of the game, which I quite like. The game runs smoothly, had no glitches at all. It played beautifully online as it did on offline multiplayer. The AI is quite decent as well, so even if you just want to go through and unlock all of the various different variants of the minigames, as well as the locations and the characters, because you'll need to do that because they don't all come unlocked at the beginning, you'll have a blast doing it. And yeah, this has been a pleasant surprise. I'm really pleased that Cake Bash has turned out well, and I will give it 2 hearty cakey thumbs up. And just looking at the gameplay is making me hungry, so I'm going to end this review here. I will write up something over on highplanegames.com, but yeah, this is perfect for good Christmas hijinks, I think, because it's easy to pick up. There's very little in terms of controls. It's literally like move, jump, attack. That's it. And yeah, it's going to be one of those ones that I think will do very well at Christmas. You guys take care. Bye for now. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a collection of media projects ran by me. If you like what you see and want to find out more, visit patreon.com/Higher Plane Network. Your support can make so much more possible, be that a like, a comment, a share, or a pledge. Thanks for watching.